What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Cro Room. Today we got special guests with us, and we're gonna be doing some FOMO FUD on these two up-and-coming projects on Cronos BlockChain. Today, man, we got the homie from the Bay Area, Courtside, joining us, brand new to the NFT game. He wants to know about what we do here in the Cro Room. He wants to know about NFTs. We got Mark Yee joining back in, part of the team. What's cracking? Both of y'all, what's good?
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Back at it. Here we go.
Let's grow, man. What we got?
So what is FOMO and FUD?
So you got FUD, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt. That's the one where it's like, you don't trust it. They're probably a Ponzi. They're probably gonna run your money. They're gonna probably do the word called rug pull, which in our space means they're gonna take your money.
You're fearful. And then there's FOMO, FOMO, fear of missing out. So this is when it's super hyped up and you hear the term, I have FOMO right now, or the market's FOMO right now. Everybody's trying to jump in. So what we do is we take FOMO and FUD and then we put that on top of an NFT project coming out on the Cronos blockchain. That's what we do with FOMO and FUD on these segments. Yeah.
All right. So
Street Brawlerz, bro. So what's that all about? I'm looking at it on the screen right now, and it looks like it's a whole bunch of Street Fighter characters and stuff. So what's going on about this? Because this looks crazy. Like, this is right up my alley. I'm a huge gamer, so I'm just like, this is my first impression. Instantly, I'm like, I'm ready to grab this right here. So, like, what kind of stuff did you already look up on this, and what are your first impressions?
So, man, it'd be like, how do you like the art? That'll be my first thing.
Right, the art, I mean, it looks good. Like I say, I see some like Ken Ryu type of costumes, Mario in there. I see some Naruto in there. So I mean, the art looks great. 12.
CZ.
I agree too. It brings back like early 90s, late 90s nostalgia from the video games I used to play and all the stuff I used to watch on TV.
And then, then I'll just check the website, see what everything going. How the website look like to y'all?
The website looks good, man. Of course, the colors fits in with the Street Fighter type of theme.
Yeah, it looks legitimate. It's a nice website. It's decent.
And it looks like they're launching on their own platform. It seems like it's a P2E game. They call it a fight to earn game.
And they have a staking aspect, right, where you can stake it and then they'll be training while you're earning too as well.
So like with them, the Brawlers, they have a drop date May 1st, 6:30 p.m. UTC.
Yeah.
From what I got out of it, they just began, in February. Now they're at the point of launching their Generation 0. Next quarter, they'll be launching into their Generation 1 and then ending the year, just spontaneous or whatever might happen.
They're going to have a total of 8,888 total characters inside this game. Wow. But they're launching it in 3 segments of collections. They're going to have 3 types of coins that you can earn while playing this game or while owning this NFT. They're going to have the Brawl token, which you're going to earn when you stake your NFT to train. So basically, when you have your NFT training, you're going to be earning this reward, which is the Brawl token. And it's going to be rewarded back reflections off of what? The MMF coin? Is that what it is?
MMF and rewards, correct.
Yeah, all right. And then also they're going to have the fight coin. When you fight your NFT in this video game, you're going to earn this coin. And then they have the V-Fight coin where you earn this coin and you're going to have a say in what they do moving forward. You're basically a part of a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. All right, well, what about the developers? Did you find any information on that? Because I sure didn't.
Yeah, so within the white paper, I didn't see anything, but I do see them in the space. So he said he was docked through Pink Cell. He said he was from the East Coast. His brother was from
the same thing, the Bronx.
From the Bronx, and then his cousin is the one coming from out of the States somewhere.
Which is the artist.
But
that's basically all we know about the developers as a team. That's all they told us. But I mean, as far as like documentation, we don't have that like for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like what I talked about you earlier when you came in here, that you got to come in here knowing that at any moment
anything can happen.
Anything can happen because we really don't know who these people are.
So then we'll try to dig somewhere else where we can find them. Like they have a Twitter. They had, they started the Twitter in February. They got 24 followers, or they're only following 24 people and 24,000 followers. Then in the Discord was 405 people. I don't really know how active it is. I just kind of looked into it, but the Twitter was all right. He said he was like a coder. He'd been doing it since 15. He didn't give it too many information about his cousin and his brother.
Again, this is all based off the AMAs, the Ask Me Anything segments on Twitter where they come in there and they talk about the project and we could ask anything we want. So that's the information we got on the developers and nothing more.
So then we get to the point of just figuring out what is the FOMO and FUD. We got FOMO on looking at the website and looking at the artwork, looking at everything going on. It was actually cool.
So you're saying since we have all this nostalgia from looking at the website and it's going to make us have a fear of missing out because we think, like you said, people might want to jump on it. The first thing he said when he saw it, he said that's something he's interested in because if he saw these characters that brought him back to his childhood, some characters he still likes, right? And so he wants to hop on it.
So it's a psychological game.
Okay. So the FOMO and the FUD is the emotional part of getting into an NFT?
Absolutely. Their utility, right? They're doing 8% in recycle. So every time you use it or sell it or anything like that, they're taking 8% of your funds and putting it back into their own little way. Like they do it through the marketing. They do, the LP pools, and then also I guess for the end game. Then they also are starting to, they're with the utility. They're dropping their generation zeros. They're dropping their generation zeros and then they're quickly dropping their generation ones.
So is that something you'd want to jump in on the zeros right away, you think? Is that the FOMO?
Because the generation zero is always going to be the first generation, the most valuable one. It's just like, you have the first set and everybody wants the first set. So that is going to be like the FOMO of things, just being just knowing that they have 3 generations. Everybody's going to want that first set if this thing pops off, you know what I'm saying? So what I like about the game demo, bro, it's very, very good. But again, it's just a demo. We don't know if it's the actual game yet because it's not launched yet. In the AMA, these guys talked about how they don't want to be like any other project where they're promising this and that. But to me, in my eyes, they don't have a game built yet. They have a demo, but that don't tell me nothing really. And not just that, bro, the mechanics of the game is still questionable to me. But that's just how I feel about this.
So yeah, dealing with FOMO and FUD, the white paper says a lot. Like on their website, it was hard to find the white paper. Every time I clicked the white paper, it sent me to a Medium. That steers me to FUD. So then we look at to the developers. What do you see about the developers?
There's nothing there. You know what I'm saying? Like the only thing I got about the developers is through the AMAs on Twitter, I asked them a few questions and they kind of shied away because I asked them about their personal Instagram. I said, do you guys have any personal social medias I could check up on y'all? And they was like, well, we don't have social media like that. Who in this day and age don't have social media? You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are younger than us. These guys obviously have to have social media. If you're in this game, you have to have social media. You feel me? So if they're telling me in the AMA spaces that we don't have any social medias, we're brand new to this Twitter stuff, we don't have any of that, that's a red flag for me, straight up.
Catfish vibes.
Yeah, immediately. That is the first line of FUD. The developer said he's KYC'd with Pink Cell. Pink Cell is not really, the type of people to be reliable on.
And me, you know how I'm big on who are these people creating these NFTs. So that is completely FUD for me.
So you have a certain criteria for how you choose which NFT you're going to get into, and so you go off all this paper right here. That's your little plan, and then you can decide at the end whether it's FOMO or FUD.
Exactly. So what we're doing here is we do this quick breakdown of the surface of it, and then we decide if we want to go deeper or not.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what this whole FOMO and FUD is about.
And then once you saw that, you tried to contact these people, you couldn't get a hold of them, and they said they don't have a Twitter.
They don't have any social media.
They don't have any social media, so you can't really check their background at all.
They had no prior.
But they want you to come in back their community with dollars, right?
Exactly.
It's DeFi. In DeFi they call it the Wild Wild West, right? So in the Wild Wild West, you're able to drop whatever you want to drop. There's no discrimination on what you want to do. It's just the fact that people not caring who's losing. So like something like this. What was you guys' honest opinion about the whole thing? You said it was cool, looked good, but then
I have my concerns though, because when I look at it, I'm like, okay, I see all these characters that I know, like Mario, Goku, and I'm like, okay, that gives me a red flag right there. Like, aren't we worried about copyright? Something happening to where they're gonna shut this down?
This was brought up in the AMA as well. Somebody asked about the Cronos logo they were using, and they had no idea that they could have been tagged for copyright infringement. So that shows me that they did not do the thorough research on IP infringement. But of course, it shows again. They have the Mario hats. They have the Dragon Ball Z outfits.
Naruto.
It looks like a Street Fighter video game. Like I like what they're doing, but it just so many discrepancies.
I know that one of my biggest concerns is the Mario hat. Nintendo is notorious for taking down anything that has to do with any of their characters or anything that has to do with their brand in their games. There are people out there that have literally made just fan art or just even strategy guides from way back in the day. They'll take those down. It doesn't matter. They are notorious. So if Nintendo sees this, I guarantee that they would take that down. No question.
FOMO or FUD?
At first, FOMO, but the more we looked into it and did a little bit of a deeper dive, it's definitely FUD.
Marky?
I say FUD just off of that Mario hat, just because I know how Nintendo is. They are, I swear to you, you can look up on Google right now the history of how much that they have gone and taken down all these companies just for even speaking their name in a video. They don't play. So I would definitely say FUD for this.
Yeah, so again, I totally agree with you guys. You know, right away I really like what they were doing about, you know, bringing the retro of it back to people like our age, right? Like we see this, we're like, dang, we relate to it and all that. It's cool, great concept. The more I looked into this, the more red flags I see, and I don't know if I want to put my money into it. But again, this is never financial advice. Everything we say and do on this channel is all for educational purposes. So take this information and do what you want with it. With that being said, man, we're gonna roll right next to the next FOMO FUD video coming right up.